Dear student, in this video we will design a FIR filter with the given specifications. So this is a problem statement that you have to obtain the coefficient of an FIR low pass filter to meet the specification given below using the window method. The specifications are passband edge frequency, that is 1.5 kHz, transition width 0.5 kHz, stop band attenuation greater than 50 dB, sampling frequency 8 kHz. So you have to design a low pass filter. So first, the ideal response of a low pass filter will be like this, defined by certain cutoff frequency. To complete the mathematical representation, you also have a negative frequency. So the shape of ideal low pass filter will be a rectangular shape. Second thing, but the filter that you are going to design will be a realizable filter. So it will have this type of formation in actual, where what is given to you, passband edge frequency, means where you have a edge of the passband. Suppose the edge of the passband is the end of the passband. So this is 1.5 kHz. Transition width means transition band is given to you, and this band is 0.5 kHz. Stop band attenuation, because maximum amplitude, which is usually 1 in case of normalized window response, so it is 0 dB, and the stop band attenuation should be greater than 50 dB. Okay, so in the stop band, attenuation must be greater than 50 dB. Attenuation itself means the negative signs, means minus 50 dB is the stop band specification. Attenuation means minus sign. Now the sampling frequency. Sampling frequency means omega S, which is given to you 8 kHz. It is in hertz, so it will be Fs, sampling frequency. Okay, it is not a distal part. Now you know all these specifications. Now you have to design a FIR filter using window method with the given specification. First, what you will see, that the stop band attenuation requirement is greater than 50 dB. So, as I have told you about this table, and in this table, if you are able to see, they are the name of the different window, and corresponding to these windows you have different stop band attenuation. For rectangular window, attenuation is 21 dB. Hemming window have 53 dB. Back band has 75 dB. Our requirement is the stop band attenuation should be greater than 50 dB. So we have the choice. We have two choice of the window in this case, that Hemming window as well as Blackman window. But because Hemming window satisfied the requirement of stop band attenuation, so in both these two options we will prefer Hemming window, because it will also have a small transition bandwidth, and it is simple version in comparison to the Blackman window as well. So our preference will be the Hemming window. Now when you find out the Hemming window with this stop band attenuation specification, now in this case, because the transition width is also given to you, so you have to find out the corresponding, you have to learn all the transition width, or you should be familiar and you should know in advance all the values are related to this table, because this table will not be available in examination with all the window, all the parameters you should know in advance. So from this table you must see that in the case of Hamming window, the transition width is 3.3 divided by 9. And this transition width is expressed in hertz, and it is a normalized transition width. So the meaning of normalized means this is the transition width which is normalized with respect to the sampling frequency. So from this we have to remember all these things. Now first, again, one more thing here, as I have provided this table to you also, and you know in the case of rectangular window the corresponding impulse function is the sinc function. So this table give idea. In case of rectangular low pass filter, the impulse response will be the sinc function described at n equal to 0, and when n is not equal to 0, and at n equal to 0 the value will be 2fc. Similarly, they are the impulse response with respect to high pass, band stop, and the corresponding value at 0th position is given to you. And in this case, fc, f1, f2 are the normalized pass band or stop band edge frequency, and n is the length of the filter. So you have to remember these things. So from these things, because you know in advance that you have to design a low pass filter, ideal response of low pass filter will be of rectangular shape. So you can directly write down the impulse response of the desired impulse response. In this case, that will be 2fc sine n omega c divided by n omega c when n is not equal to 0. Sd will be equal to 2fc when n is equal to 0, where omega c, as I have shown there in the table, that omega c is a normalized cutoff frequency. Now, as you have seen that the stop band attenuation specification is met by the Hamming-Blackman window. So you have to choose the Hamming window for its simplicity, and the transition width is given to you, and this transition width or transition width is expressed is a normalized dB value, normalized hertz value. So in this formula you have to first find out from the given specification. From the given specification, the 0.5 hertz is given to you, and now you have to divide it by the sampling frequency. So normalized transition width can be obtained by the transition width given in the question, in the specification, divided by the sampling frequency. Okay, so the key point here is that you should always be very aware that what the specification is given to you. If it is normalized, certainly it will express in not in kilohertz, because here the value will be cancelled out. It is in 0.5 kilohertz and the sampling frequency is 8 kilohertz, so it will be cancelled out and you have a normalized frequency. So normalized frequency in this case you will obtain 0.0625. Now it is mentioned here because this normalized frequency in case of Hamming window is 3.3 divided by n. So from this you can find out the value of n, that will be 3.3 divided by 0.0625. So after simplification, the value of n that you obtain here, it will be 52.8. n is the order of the filter, it must be an integer. So whatever the value you get after the integer value, you have to make approximation to the next higher integer. So in this case the value of n will be 53, that will be the next highest integer. So the length of the filter is 53. Now you have fixed it. So now you can write down the desired response of the filter, HDN. So HDN in this case will be equal to 2fc sin n omega c divided by n omega c in the range when n is not equal to 0, and HDN equal to 2fc when n equal to 0. Again, the capital N here is 53, so you have to range n minus n minus 1 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2. So here you will get, it will go from minus 26 to 26. Because the actual frequency response Hn will be the multiplication of Hdn to Wn. Okay, SDN you have obtained already. Now what will be the Wn? Wn we have find out. It is a Hamming window. So the Hamming window, the formula, you know this thing, 0.54 plus 0.46 cos 2 pi n divided by n minus 1. So in the denominator it will be 52. In the 26 we have obtained 53, 2 pi by n minus 1. In the formula it should be n. Oh, okay. So here n is written in this formula. Different books have a different form. So, but you follow what I have provided. You have write down the same. So this will be the cos 2 pi n divided by 53. So now n goes from minus 26 to 26 here. So the rest thing that you have to do, you have to multiply this to this for each and every value of n, because of the symmetry. If you find out half the values, the rest half the values is not need to calculate. But before that, as I have told you here that this is a transition region, and the other specification that is given to you, the passband edge frequency. So now you have to calculate the omega c. Omega c, again this omega c is a normalized cutoff frequency. Now the cutoff frequency, because it is not given, so you may assume that it lie on half of this transition region. So in order to find the cutoff frequency, the passband edge frequency that is given to you, it is 1.5 kilohertz, and half of the transition width will be 0.25. So cutoff frequency may assume at this particular position, and it will be 1.75 kilohertz. Now you have to make it normalized by dividing FC to sampling frequency. So this normalized value will be 1.75, and 8 kilohertz is a unit, so it will be cancelled out to each other, and you may obtain 0.21875. Okay, so as you have seen, this will be the cutoff frequency. Now with this value you have a normalized cutoff frequency. Now for different value of n, you have to find out the desired value of impulse response of window. Now you may calculate at n equal to 0, the value will be 2fc, so it is 0.437. W0 you have to put the value of n equal to 0 in the equation of the window, you find out that this is 1. So in order to find out the response, actual response at n equal to 0, you have to multiply these two terms, because in the time domain there is a multiplication of the window with the desired impulse response. So it will be 0.437 in this case. Similarly, you have to find out n1, n2 up to n equal to 26. So for in this example you have to calculate that large number, but in the examination I am not going to give the calculation of that much of coefficients. So from this table now you can see that H0 to 26 you have find out the value. So H0 correspond to H52, because in the case of FIR filter and linear phase FIR filter, you have equal and opposite and coefficients are equal. So H0 will be equal to H52, H1 is equal to H51, and so on. So only 26 value you have to calculate here. The rest 26 you have to find out directly. So whenever you have to design a FIR filter, means you have to find out the coefficient, and once you find out the coefficient, as in this case you have to calculate the coefficients from n0 to 26. Now the remaining coefficient this range goes from minus 26 to 26. So now you have to make a shifting. You have to make the sample value or coefficient at minus 26 will be at n equal to 0. So this last positive 26 value will goes at h equal to 52, because in this case, in every case we have to design a realizable filter. Realizable filter means it must be causal in nature. So we have to make a non-causal sequence that you have obtained to make a causal sequence by shifting the whole sequence with half of its value. So if any doubt, you may send me the question in the group. Thank you.